needle device with a BB at the end of it was inserted in my right nostril, and I felt a pressure, and I heard cracking noises, and it started to make me a little uneasy. The being took his hand, placed it over my eyes and part of my eyebrows, that area, and I immediately went sort of unconscious. And I experienced a memory, like from my past when I was a child, an infant actually, which I don't know if it was screen memory or what, but it felt very real. It felt three-dimensional and real. And I'm going to stop here for a second and tell you why. Years later, I met someone who knew about the brain, and when they do brain surgery, I was heard that sometimes when they touch certain areas of the brain, it stimulates memories very vividly. And I believe that's what I experienced. Because the implant was put into my brain. And I know it's near the pineal gland. So anyway, after that was done, I felt that skin scrapings and things like that were taken very quickly. Not by the tall being, because this being that I saw was very tall, and his skin was like that of an elephant's skin. Mm-hmm. The color and the texture. I drew a picture here.
Okay.
And the eyes were huge, immense, and I noticed, even though they were black, in the center of the eye there was also a black pupil, but the pupil was like a slit, like a snake pupil or reptilian, even though I would not say that the creature was reptilian. I didn't get that impression.
Did you see reptilians to compare? Can you tell that reptilians look different?
I've seen reptilian later in life, and they look completely different from this being.
I see.
Yes, this being had two little slits for a nose, and then a slit for mouth. No hint of lips at all.
Did the slits for nose and slits for mouth look any functional, or just remainders from maybe some other times in evolution, and these are non-functional now? How would you feel? Can this mouth be used for anything?
The mouth stayed very still. I assume the mouth is used. Later in life I found that what they eat, I've seen what they've, dinner time, it was all vegetarian stuff.
The same type of creatures could eat?
I never saw them eat per se, but that was out for the people on the ship one time when I was on a ship later in life. Mm-hmm. The nose, I could, when the being was breathing, I could see the nostrils moving. And the skin was, like if I looked up to touch it, it wouldn't feel like elephant skin. It looked like it was smoother, but I would say the same color and wrinkly, like aged, very aged almost.
Can you give a name to that type of being, or to this person? Do you have any your own name? How would you call this being?
I never asked his name. Isn't that funny? When I was around the beings, I recognized them by their personalities. They all had different personalities.
So I read that they themselves don't use any names, and they refuse to give themselves names. But humans somehow name them, and it helps to identify them. So you don't have any name for the race or for the being?
Nope, I did not. I never received it. I never received a place where they were from, or any of the other ones. I've seen different types of beings, or names for that matter.
Can you remember the date or approximate date when that first abduction happened?
Oh, approximate date. Oh, I want to reiterate on something. I apologize. I do remember names for hybrid children's. Yes, I was given 3 names. They were, they didn't sound really space agey unusual. They could have been even foreign names. But I remember hearing the names, but I couldn't tell you. You know, and there were three names, and I apologize for not remembering them. But the time was probably, oh boy,